What's going on, guys, in the works? And it's been a few days since I sat down and made a Battlefield 3 video, but I've been busy enjoying all my turkey and holiday shopping festivities. Hope you guys had a good break, and for those who don't celebrate Thanksgiving, hopefully you just had a good weekend. But we're going to talk about some Aftermath today, some more Aftermath stuff. They did reveal the new trailer for premium users, which essentially showed the new Scavenger game type, but I'm going to be running around in this video with the Spaz, kind of just clowning around doing my normal thing. And where did that guy come from? I think he must have gotten revived because he just popped out of nowhere. But I hadn't played Nose Hair Canals in a while. You know, I don't like posting a lot of TDM on this particular map because it seems like we do get a lot of games on Nose Hair Canals TDM, but since this is shotgun gameplay, I thought it was pretty entertaining because I enjoy watching shotgunning on these maps just because it is pretty chaotic and it's a lot of fun. It's fun to play, it's fun to watch it, etc., etc. But let's talk about Aftermath Scavenger mode. Now, if you're a premium user, that sounds really weird to say. It reminds me of like Tron, where it's like death to the user. But no, if you're a premium member, you'll see that you now can watch the new Scavenger game mode trailer, and it's actually pretty cool. So if you haven't done that yet, you definitely should do that at some point because it was pretty intriguing. It had a lot of new Aftermath footage in there. Now, I can't show it to you guys. I'm not gonna get in trouble by Mother EA. You know, the man looking down on me. He would not be happy if I posted a premium video. But if you're a premium member, you can go watch it on your own. But basically, it showed off a lot of new things about the Scavenger game type. And I learned a lot from that trailer. I learned that this is going to be a good game mode. I'm really actually kind of excited for it. Now, that's the first time since Battlefield 3 started introducing all these new game modes where I've actually been intrigued by a game mode. Now, in its core, it's not any different than, like, for, let's say, you know, your normal Conquest game. Basically, it's Conquest. You start with a pistol, you start with a knife. You've got to find your weapon on the battlefield. But one of the things I actually found pretty interesting about the trailer is they basically said that you're going to have limited ammo once you find that weapon. So you're always going to be on the hunt. Even if you say, let's say you pick up a PKP with a bipod and you bipod up, you're probably only going to have about, 75 rounds, maybe one little belt of ammunition before you have to move on and try to find another weapon. So I think that's really going to change the pacing in the game, and I'm actually kind of excited for that. I think that it's going to bring a pretty cool dynamic. Now, in the past, I've been pretty skeptical of a lot of new game modes in Battlefield 3 just because, first, they haven't really been that great. I mean, Conquest Domination was all over the place, then we got, Gun Game or whatever it's called in this, Gun Master. And they didn't give us the ability to customize stuff. They put a lot of stupid weapons in it, so I wasn't a huge fan of that. Can't say I'm a huge fan of tank superiority either. I mean, it seems like that game mode is just not very popular whatsoever. So you don't see me play that too often just because I wasn't a huge fan of it. I mean, I don't really have anything against it, but to me it just wasn't an exciting game mode. Now, with this though, my interest is at an all-time high for a new DICE game mode, and I think this might be the first one. And it just kind of, I don't know, it's got me so excited for this DLC. Like, usually I would think that I would learn from my mistakes not to get excited for a DLC, and because with Armor Kill I was so stoked for that, and we know how that turned out. It seems like nobody wants to play Armor Kill anymore. I mean, me personally, I like it, but I can never get any of my friends to play it just because they've had some pretty bad experiences on it. But I think this game mode, this entire DLC is just going to wow us. And watching this trailer back, watching how fast-paced yet tactical this game mode seems to be. I mean, if you look at it, let's say you want an ACR. The ACR is a pretty decent weapon. In fact, it's probably my favorite engineer weapon. Let's say you want to pick up an ACR. You're really going to have to go into some high traffic areas to get a weapon of that caliber. Whereas it looks like on the outskirts, you're going to have a lot of things like the MK11 mod, a lot of the lesser weapons, the weapons that a lot of people see as sort of underpowered. But you're really going to have to take some risks to get some of these overpowered weapons, the better, higher tiered assault rifles, stuff like that. They've already kind of talked about that in some of the trailers. But the cool thing is I mentioned this earlier in the video, is the limited ammo. So once you do find those weapons, you're still going to have to constantly move. You're going to have to move along. From what I can tell, it looks like each pickup comes with about 2 magazines if it's an assault rifle. Like I said, with maybe like the PKP, I think you might get like 1 belt, and that's not extended. So you're looking at like 100 rounds before you're out. So there is a limit to what you can do with a lot of the weapons, and I think that's really going to make the gameplay play out very interesting. I think it's going to unfold to be a lot more exciting than normal Conquest. And I'm actually kind of intrigued by it. Like, watching that trailer back, I've probably watched it like 5, 6, 7 times, and I keep noticing new things. I keep looking at the environments and just seeing how beautiful they look. I mean, there's a lot of staircase type things where you're doing a lot of level-to-level fighting. That's always been kind of cool. That was something I really expected from close quarters. We didn't end up getting that. There wasn't a lot of level fighting. It seemed like you couldn't really. Ooh, that's some bad shooting right there. You didn't really get the amount of level fighting that I thought was going to be in close quarters. I mean, it was mostly flat. You know, maybe you go 2 stories up, but for this, it looks like there's going to be a lot of chaos. There's going to be a lot of objectives that are in the center. A lot of the weapons are going to be around those objectives, and I really am pretty excited for this DLC. I'm excited to try out this game mode. Heck, I'm excited to try out the maps, and it seems like DICE did a pretty good job of getting me pumped up for this particular offering. I mean, Armor Kill, I thought it looked good. I thought it would be there for a month or two. It'd be something new to play. Didn't really have a very long shelf life. I think that really hurt a lot of the console players, but luckily this DLC looks like it'll probably cater to both players. I mean, like I said, the maps are going to be around the car can size. I think that's around the perfect size if you think about it. I mean, especially for this game type, we're not going to have to worry about running into people, especially when you're looking to pick up weapons. I mean, car can plays just fine 12v12, and I don't think consoles will have a problem with Aftermath. I think this game mode will be a much better offering than Tank Superiority, considering that you could only have 12 people in the Tank Superiority games on console, which is kind of a downer. But I am really excited, so let me know what you guys think about this particular DLC, if you're even excited for the Scavenger game mode. If you have not yet checked out the premium trailer for Scavenger, you need to do that. You need to go over there, watch it, come back here, tell me what you think about it, because I am pretty curious, because I feel like I'm the only one that seems kind of interested in it. I mean, a lot of people have talked about it. You know, they're excited for the Aftermath maps, but we tend to forget that they're also giving us a DLC with a new game mode. And I know they've done that with every DLC going forward, but like I said earlier in the video, Conquest Domination, I mean, let's face it, guys. I mean, it was an interesting concept, but it just did not play out the way I thought it would. But I think that this one can definitely fill the void that I thought Gunmaster would do, which would be more exciting. It would be more variety in the weapons and stuff like that. So let me know what you guys think about this new game mode. If you missed any of my past videos, I did do an Aftermath video earlier in the week talking about, you know, some of my thoughts on the maps. It has some new Aftermath footage throughout that, so go check that out. And right before that, I also did a Black Ops 2 video where I talked about how it's a little bit difficult to play Black Ops 2 by yourself, just because the learning curve, the skill level in this game is a lot different than in past Call of Duty. So check either of those out. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.